the bench. While I'm coming off the court, really bench. Who how to be? Who got a lot of D? Who popping like a P when he be hopping?
Hey Bookies, welcome back. It's your girl Amaya Soleil, and today I'm back with another video. And as y'all can tell by the title, I actually don't know what I'm gonna title this video yet, but as y'all can tell, it's a story time. Your girl has been missing in action since at least January. I needed my camera to get fixed because it was like my face was blurry on all of my videos, and I was like, why is that? So I had to take it to Best Buy so they could fix it or whatever, and then in the process I just got busy, baby. But of course, my first video back had to be a story time. It's only right to make it a story time. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow all my social medias down in the description box down below, and let's just get right into this story time. Alright y'all, so I'm really only going to be talking about one girl in this story time, so I really don't think she need a code name, but just in case I slip up and do have to say her name, we're going to give her the code name BBL. I met this girl at my second esthetician school. To find out why I even had to go to a second esthetician school in the first place, watch this story time. I'll link it in the description box and place it somewhere on the screen so y'all can know which one I'm talking about. But yeah, in my class at my second school, it was like 15 girls altogether, including me. It was like 10 white girls and like 5 black girls, and for some reason it was like 3 other black girls like became like a little trio, so of course it left me and BBL. The more we talked and actually got to know each other throughout our whole like school experience, we started to get closer and closer. The more closer we got, I thought that we had a lot in common. We both was from New York and we had moved to North Carolina recently. We kind of had like the same aesthetic a little bit, like we both bad, you know, we both giving A's. Oh, and one thing I could also say, y'all, is she was funny. We both was funny as fuck. At the start, it was only a couple of differences. A big one though, I was 20 at the time, and this girl was like at least 37. I know she was in her 30s, but I don't know her exact age, but I remember her telling me she was in her 30s. And you know how like older women be trying to be like, oh, you never ask a woman their age. I think it's because y'all just don't be proud of y'all age, because like what's wrong with saying you 47 if you actually 47? But she never really disclosed her actual age. She just let me know that she was in her 30s, and a quick little Google search told me she was 37. But anyway, that's not neither here nor there. That's alleged. But she did tell me for certain she was in her 30s. And just with the age difference, it was crazy because I could tell that I was more mature than her. Like, I was a little bit more knowledgeable than her. I don't know everything. I'm not the wisest in the world. You know, I still got a lot more to learn. But because of our age difference, I just was noticing, like, why do I know certain things you don't? Like, for example, y'all, we sitting in class one day, and her and another white girl in our class was, like, talking. And she ended up saying something to this girl. But I remember clear as day, she said, girl, I don't know what you talking about. That's why you ain't got enough melatonin, boo. You ain't got enough melatonin like me. And I just had to turn around and I was like, you said she ain't got enough what? She looked at me dead in my face. We locked eyes. And she gonna repeat it again, talk about something. I told her she ain't got enough melatonin, cause she don't. Look at her. You know she ain't got enough melatonin like us. I look at my skin. I look at her skin. I didn't realize we had enough melatonin either, babe. Like, what? So I look at her and I tell her, I'm like, you mean melanin? She don't got enough melanin? And she was like, yeah, that. And when I say she had these moments like the entire duration of our friendship, I was always correcting her on the right words to use. Like at first I thought she was just having a brain fart moment, but no, she really be thinking she knows what she be talking about. But another thing I always noticed was she always asked me to put her on to like men.
Like, oh, you know any niggas I could talk to? Do you know any niggas out here?
I didn't register her as boy crazy or nothing at first because I just thought we was on the same type of vibe. You know, she liked to keep a little couple niggas on her roster, go out on dates with, have a little fun with. You know, we grown, we women. It's a part of life. Anyways, we graduate and we start hanging out more. And of course, this is where I realized, like, oh, baby, we don't got the same morals. We don't got the same values. We ain't like-minded. Some of the stuff you into, it's not my type of vibe. You giving Carisha, I'm more of a JT. I could really go on about a lot of things Shorty did to like make me side-eye her. But this story time is specifically going to be about her boy crazy tendencies only. So if y'all want like a story time on this whole friendship with this girl, period, let me know. But for this story time, we're going to focus on her boy crazy tendencies. So the first boy crazy thing I noticed was if I called to invite her out, it was to genuinely invite her out to have a good time with her. If I invited her to brunch, girl, it was to actually go to brunch and have a good time, talk, eat good food, have a vibe. I don't come with no ulterior motives. When she called me to hang out, it was always for the niggas. She would literally call my phone and be like,
Oh, Amaya, let's go to this brunch spot on this day because I heard the niggas with money be there.
or
Let's go to this club because I heard all the baller money be there.
every time, y'all, every time. And I'm not over exaggerating when I say every time. I mean literally every time she called me to invite me to hang out somewhere, follow right after the place she want me to go with her was because the nigga money be there. Every time, no exaggeration, every single time. I don't know if society has just changed or like what, but I don't invite my friends out for the niggas. I mean, I don't go nowhere just for the niggas, like, cause the niggas is gonna be anywhere. You can walk outside, go to the gas station, some niggas gonna be there. I'm not on the prowl for the niggas. I'm not chasing and looking for the niggas. Like, I'm not inviting my friend out nowhere just for the niggas. The niggas this, the that, nigga. And y'all know I love to enter a good receipt. Y'all know I love to enter me a good receipt, but I don't have none because she would make sure to call me so that the man that she lived with and she was in a relationship with didn't see, you know, her texting me because he would go through her phone religiously, faithfully. Okay, he would go through that phone, so she made sure not to text me. She will always call me, but I do have one receipt. I have one receipt where the owner of my second esthetician school, obviously because she didn't go to the first one with me, but the owner of my second esthetician school, I had already graduated at the time, but I believe she was still in school, and the owner of the school had found out about like some esthetician convention going down in Las Vegas, and she kind of wanted to make it a school trip. If enough old and current students were willing to go to the esthetician convention in Las Vegas, she would have just made it a school trip. So basically, you can network, find out about different areas that you didn't even know was in aesthetics or fell in aesthetics, period. And you can learn from more pro estheticians at these conventions and some more other things they were saying. But that's just to give y'all a brief description or whatever, right? I'll show y'all the messages, babe. You can tell clear as day what she's more pressed on doing when she gets to Las Vegas. Keep in mind, she was currently still in school when the owner was trying to plan this trip. And you mean to tell me you just got offered to go to an esthetician convention where you can learn really more about your field, your career. You can build your career, network. You might meet people that can really help you along your journey, and you're more worried about that. But the crazy thing about it was I should have took this as a red flag because she moved the same exact way when it came to inviting me on personal trips. So boom, this takes us to the next topic. But while we were in school together, she used to always tell us, you know, how she was a model and she was a dog breeder and how she flies to like LA, ATL, Las Vegas, and Miami on a weekend and basically come back with a big bag. Like bands on bands on bands type of bag. She never told me the exact amount, but judging from her Instagram post, I want to say she could come back with anywhere from like $5,000 to $20,000 like in a weekend. So at first, I was like, oh, okay, you know, sis is booked and busy, like period, like as she should. Until after I graduated, and then I went on a graduation trip, and my graduation trip, I couldn't decide on two places. Like I really could not decide. So I decided to go to both in one trip. So from Charlotte, I had flew to New York City. From New York City, I had flew to Miami. And then from Miami, I came back home to Charlotte. And I feel like once she seen that, that's when she started inviting me on these weekend trips. She called me and she'll be like,
Maya, let's go to Miami this weekend. I know so many niggas with money out there.
Or she'd be like,
Amaya, let's go to LA this weekend because
enter like a Z-list celebrity.
enter Z-list celebrity. You know, he's going to be out there, and I know some niggas with money that can show us a good time.
Please keep in mind though, y'all, she would like ask me this twice a month since like April. The friendship ended like around October 2023. The first couple of times she asked, I wasn't even really paying attention to what she was saying to me. It was immediately a no once I heard the word trip. Or once I heard like a destination, it was immediately a no. And I was simply saying no because I felt like I don't know her like that. And if I don't know you like that, I don't just travel with just any and everybody. Me personally, I'm a trip girl. I'll go on a trip every weekend if I have to before I be in the club every weekend. I don't care if I gotta put that shit on Afterpay, Klarna, Shop Pay, Quad Pay, Affirm, shit, layaway. I don't care. I'm going on that trip every weekend. I don't care. I'm just a trip girl. That's just my type of vibe. I don't know if it's really a Sagittarius thing or what. Me and trips go together like this, and everybody ain't trip compatible, okay? I don't play about my trips. You know, I don't have time to go on a trip and, you know, women got bad attitudes, negative energy. They being shady. They being catty. People that want to argue with tour guides or the people in the hotel for no reason, no decorum, like just problematic people overall on trips. I don't do that, okay? I like my trips to be as peaceful and as fun as possible. I don't do all the extra. So for that reason, the first couple of times I said no because I didn't know her that well to know if she was that type of person or not. After a while though, I start observing her verbiage and how she moved on her own solo weekend trips. Cause I mean, you keep asking me to go on trips with you, girl, and I need to even see if we travel compatible. I would watch her book these weekend trips or whatever to 3 destinations. It was always 3 destinations, never know any other destination. It was always only 3 destinations, y'all. It would be Miami, Las Vegas, or LA. No in between. Miami, LA, or Las Vegas. That's it. That's all. So let's say she leave on a Friday, right? On the Friday, she'll post a picture of her in the plane, you know, the little the plane window. She'll post that. Then when she land in the city she was going to, she'll post a picture in the airport with the little destination location. So she in the Miami airport, she gonna take a picture of the airport, put it on her story, and put the location on there as well. Then for some reason, the whole duration of her trip ain't posted. She ain't posting at all, actually. She is gone off the ground. Missing in action in my yay. Then a couple hours before her flight back home, she'll post and she'll either be in a pool, a casino, or a mall. Then she gotta take a picture of the money. She got to take a picture of the money, right? She got to take a picture of it. But she also gotta make a quick flex post. So she'll take a picture of the money and the caption on the story would be, "You bitches
ain't touching no money for real. I make what y'all make in one weekend."
And that's just real suspicious for her because she's way too flashy and way too braggy. So immediately it had me kind of side-eyeing a little bit. Like, what you really doing for that money? What you really doing for that money? What? What you really doing for that money? 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 Where that niggas at with the dress? Where that niggas at with the dress? And before y'all get on here trying to call me a hater or be like, well, what's really wrong with that? She could just be private, this, that, and the third. No, this girl is way too flashy, way too braggy. She posts every little superficial, materialistic thing she can on Instagram. This girl lives for Instagram, especially when I could only account for one other destination she went to out of these 3. And it was a Turks and Caicos graduation trip. She posted that whole trip down to the girls she went with, down to every activity they did. That trip was posted down. So why when you go on your little weekend trips every other weekend, them trips ain't being posted? So after like finally paying attention, a couple months of her asking me to go on these little solo weekend trips with her, after finally paying attention, I really felt offended. I'm not even gonna sit up here and lie. I felt so offended because you know I'm not that type of girl. Which is why you purposely be vague about the details of the trip when you try to invite me. Like that's weird. Like what is you trying to do? Is you trying to sell me? Like purposely not giving me the full information and not telling me exactly what we're doing on these trips you invite me on. Probably hoping I'm just gonna be dumb and show up anyway. Is giving real setup vibes. Like you purposely trying to keep me in the blind. Then it's like I know she knew better than to be bold, cause she really could have said something like,
you know, hey girl, you know, I'm going to trick this weekend. You know, I got hella niggas lined up to pay for this cat. You know, you want to come and make some money with me?
those details will let me know exactly what we doing. When you just say, oh, I know some niggas with money, that could mean a variety of things. So you knew better than to be specific, because you would have got cursed out and cut off. And baby, if that wasn't weird enough, it got weirder, because she always allowed men she knew to disrespect me, and she wouldn't say a word. And y'all know that's gonna bring us to our next topic, okay? So we both knew a mutual like up and coming artist in Charlotte, and he was having an album release party, and we both got invited. We decided to go together because I like to drive so I can pull up and leave when I want, and she claims she can't drive in the dark. And obviously the album release party was being hosted at night. My goal of the night was to show up and support his music, and then find somewhere to get drunk and shake my ass for the rest of that night. Sometimes I just get them urges where I'm like, yeah, I want to be a little ratchet tonight. You know, I want to drink, I want to twerk, I want to shake my ass, you know, at the red light on the headlights, okay? Like, sometimes I just get the urge to twerk. My mind just says, yeah, go out and shake that ass. And I be like, okay, mine. Don't mind if I'm a motherfucker. Zell. Her goal of the night, though, finding me. So we went to the album release party, and then after that, we headed to some lounge some she knew invited us to. We got hookah, we took some shots, and instantly, she is on Instagram Live. I grew up the only child, and I feel like I'm a Sagittarius, so baby, I can make my own party, even if my friend is like, kind of like, occupied, her face all in live, I'm still gonna have me a good time. I start feeling the shots, and baby, when I start feeling the shots, I don't see nobody but me in the lights, and I don't hear nobody but the music. So I'm getting up to twerk and, you know, have fun, do what I came to do, and she's still just either recording or on Instagram Live. The lounge closes, we walk outside, and as we walking out the door, right there, we see the nigga that she know that invited us here. We literally saw him as soon as we got there. I think he bought us a shot, and after that, he disappeared. I did not see that man the whole rest of the night. So to see him back outside, it was like, oh, I kind of forgot about you. So we standing outside the lounge, and they was talking. I start feeling dizzy. And I start feeling like, whoosh, I got to sit the down before I fall the down. So I look at her, and I'm like, I'm finna go sit in the car because I'm feeling a little bit dizzy. The hookah got me dizzy. I need to go sit down in the car. Come to the car, you know, when you ready. Mind y'all, I don't normally like to leave my friends like that. I consider it when we go out, we don't leave each other, period. Like, it's too unsafe for that. But girl, I really like felt like I was gonna pass out. I needed to go sit down, and I needed to blow the air in my car so that I could feel, girl, because I was finna pass out. And I knew that she knew him already, and she 37, so you should know how to watch her surroundings just like I do. Like, I don't know, but in that moment, I had to put me first. I had to put me first because I was finna fall face first. Even 2 minutes later, she comes to the car and she says, oh, pull up on the side. I pull up on the side of the lounge so she could talk to that nigga. So at first, we was pretty much all like having small talk. And in the midst of the small talk, me and BBL both agreed. We was like, North Carolina is kind of dry. Like, it kind of feel like you gotta have like a friend group or a family to kind of make it more fun and like entertaining. I mean, even like all the clubs and stuff closed at like 2, 3. You could tell the that she knew was offended by that, and he immediately asked us like, oh, where we from? She answered, she tell him where she from or whatever the case may be. And I was about to answer, but I was a little conflicted in my mind. Keep in mind, I'm also a little drunk. Well, not drunk, a little tipsy. So I'm a little delayed. But I was also conflicted. I was conflicted because I'm from New York, but I moved to Maryland. And I moved to Maryland at preteen age. And I feel like that's where you make all your self-discovery in your preteen, teenager ages. So Maryland kind of feels more like home. Like, I know New York as, you know, I was born there. I have family there. But Maryland actually feels more like home. So I'd be conflicted on what to say. And I guess because I was too conflicted and I took too long to answer, the nigga takes it upon himself to like start pressing me aggressively. Like, just say where you from. You embarrassed about where you come from? She embarrassed about where she come from. Oh, keep in mind, he had like a little funny looking friend behind him. He wasn't really that much engaged in the conversation, but he was like in between cars. Like, he was talking to another car of people, and then he'd come over here and talk to us again. He was like in and out, in and out. But while his friend was doing all that aggressive shit, he was in the back co-signing, adding the little ad-libs. In the midst of all of that, why BBL taking it upon herself to speak up for me? And she gonna say something, oh, she from Maryland. I side-eye this girl immediately. I side-eye her immediately because if my mouth works just fine and I'm clearly not using my mouth, just leave it at that. The cat don't got my motherfucking tongue, but I'm about to snatch yours. After she opened her mouth, why the nigga she was talking to, he gonna say something, oh, because you sound like you from, and I can't even remember the place he said, but I know it was like a low income area in South Carolina. So it's like, oh, you trying to be funny. Homeboy still in the back, a kid, laughing, co-signing, adding the ad-libs, and they just a kid. They thought that was the funniest thing ever to say I sound like I'm from there. But before y'all be like, oh Maya, well, why couldn't you just answer after a while? Like, it wasn't that serious, girl. You could have just answered. It really wasn't that serious. I could have just answered until he started doing all that aggressive pressing me shit. Then I was like, now I'm not gonna answer because, for one, I personally feel like I'm not obligated to answer nobody's question just because they asked. You watching this video, babe, you're not obligated to answer nobody's question just because they asked. And when you ask somebody a question and they decide not to ask, drop it. Then what made it even more weird is she just sat there letting them do it, patiently sitting there all quiet until he was ready to stop clowning and ready to talk to her again. And I didn't expect her to like full-blown cuss the out or like get all aggressive and like, you know, cut him off or nothing. I didn't expect her to do all of that, but I definitely, how I would have handled it is I would have redirected the conversation as soon as he started getting a little bit too rowdy. And I would have said, you know, don't talk to her like that. You know, she don't got to tell you where she from. You talking to me anyways. And I would have redirected the conversation from there. Like, the fact that you didn't even put in an attempt to say anything. You didn't even try to redirect the conversation. You didn't try to stop it. You just sat there all quiet, looking at me, then looking at them. Then looking at me, then looking at them. Then looking at me, then looking at them. Like, do you know they start discussing next spots to go to? Babe, if you're not hopping out my whip and into his, I don't think you're going nowhere. And she surely didn't. She surely didn't. She had told me like, oh, he want to go to this place next. And then I drove her all the way to her house. And then I drove back to mine. I'm not going nowhere with y'all. Not after all of that. Y'all, why I wake up the next day, right? I wake up the next day and I look at the videos that she recorded all night. Why I look and my lace was lifting. Actually, let me stop lying. My lace was not just lifting. It wasn't a little lifty. It was full blown sliding back. And I don't use wig caps, so you see my edges. Like, you can see the lace, and then you can see like the black under it because it was sliding back. Mind you, all the videos are from when we was inside the lounge. So while I'm dancing with them girls, while you on Instagram Live, while you're recording me, while we talking to them niggas, my lace is back here. And I'm 5'4", you 5'11". I was wearing dark shades, so I didn't even see it myself. I could barely even see anything besides the lights, literally, because my shades were so dark. But you didn't have no shades on, and you wasn't dancing, you wasn't preoccupied. You was sitting there the whole time, either recording me or on Instagram Live, recording yourself and recording me. And you didn't see it. But I didn't have no proof that it was intentional, so I gaslit myself into saying, you know, maybe I just took them nigga comments too serious. Like, maybe it wasn't that serious. And I was like, maybe she didn't see my lace sliding the back, you know, even though she tall, maybe she didn't see nothing. I gaslit myself. I never addressed the situation. It was like, it was noted, but I'm not holding it against her. I'm just gonna let it go. Until she did it again. One of her dogs, because she had like a whole farm full of animals in her house. She had like 2 cats, 5 dogs, literally. And the dog that had passed away because she was pregnant and she had puppies. And I don't know, something had went wrong during birth. And then she got like 6 pups. And her boyfriend was in barbering school for like 5 days a week for majority of the day. And she calls me, she's like,
Oh my gosh, Amaya, I'm just going crazy. I need some type of human interaction. I'm dealing with the loss of my dog, but now I got all of her puppies too here reminding me, and I always have to like get up and feed them, get up and change them, because they're newborn puppies, and my boyfriend, he's in school all of this time, and I don't have no friends, and I'm not talking to nobody all day. I'm just going crazy. I need some human interaction.
I go over there to her house. We talking, she telling me stories about different niggas, different stuff. We were just having regular general conversation. We went from one topic to another topic to another topic to another topic. But that day in particular, I remember she had told me a good 2 stories. Eventually, she ends up getting on the game. And I think I ended up playing like a round of Fortnite with her. After that first round though, I really wasn't feeling Fortnite. So I was like, yeah, no. And I just got on my phone while she played the game. She was on the game, I was on my phone, but we were still talking, like having a good conversation or whatever case may be. Like, you know what? I'm just really one of them friends that you could just call for anything. Like, you could just call me to be bored with you. Like, baby, it's still gonna be a vibe all the time. But yeah, while she was on the game, she had put on a headset so I guess she could talk to her team. But she had like, okay, stay the headset on, right? And you got one over the ear and then one off the ear. That's how she had it so she could still talk to me and talk to them at the same time. So while she playing the game, I remember I happened to be telling her a story this time. So I'm in the middle of telling a story and out of nowhere, she just laughs. She laughs and then she like starts taking off the headset, but she makes sure to tell the person on the headset, hold on. So she takes off the headset and then she puts the headset up to my ear. Now I'm thinking, oh, somebody must be on the game, like 2 people must be arguing or something. She want me to hear it. She puts the headset up to my ear and then she tells the little motherfucker to repeat himself. So of course, that's what he does. He repeats himself. And you know what he says? He says, man, tell that bitch in the background, shut the fuck up doing all that fucking talking in my motherfucking ear. She too motherfucking loud. This, that, and the third. Bop, 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 bop. Just popping it. Just popping it. Immediately, baby, I go into defense mode because I'm caught off guard. So me and the little gaming troll, we go back and forth for a little while. And in the midst of us going back and forth, she snatches the headset back aggressively. Mind you, I never even held it. I never even held the headset. The whole time she was holding it up to my ear. So she had the nerve to snatch it back. And she's like, okay, it's not that serious to me. Not to the little motherfucker in the game, but to me. Y'all, like clockwork, I swear God do not play about me. I love God and God loves me, baby. He gonna give me an out. He's gonna make a way every time because as soon as she did that, it started pouring down rain hard outside. It was like that gave me the excuse to leave because she was right to an extent. When she snatched that head back and she said, it's not that serious. She was right. It was never that serious to go back and forth with the gaming troll. And I should have never did that in the first place because who is this little motherfucker in the game anyway? So she was right. It was never that serious to go back and forth with the gaming troll. But what was that serious to me was the fact that you even put me in that position to begin with. When you had it in your headset, he said whatever he said, you should have just, I guess, laughed and then muted your mic. Instead, what you did was you not only laughed, you told the little motherfucker, hold on, put the up to my ear, and told the little motherfucker to repeat himself like you wanted me to hear him tell me to shut the fuck up, and you wanted me to get cussed out. You knew what he said the first time, which is why you told him hold on and you laughed at it, and then you gave me the headset, put the headset up to my ear, and told the little motherfucker to repeat himself. What was you looking for out of that? What was you looking for out of that? So immediately I took it as if you don't want me here either. Cause if the little motherfucker on the headset talking about something, tell that bitch in the background, shut the like you didn't just call me for human interaction. You called me for human interaction. I could only take that one way. And that's as if you agree with the little gaming mother on the set, and you want me to shut the fuck up talking too. So I'm finna bounce up out of here. And I feel like God just knew. He made it easier for me because I'm so blunt. What I would have said was not gonna be nice. And at that time, I was kind of weighing the fence on our friendship. I was like, do I talk to her about it and try to like continue on with the friendship? Or is she really just doing way too much that I just don't want to be friends no more, period. Like, it's nothing she could say because she has already done so much. I've only been telling y'all the boy crazy stuff. But she has been doing so much stuff throughout our entire friendship that I don't even think I want to be friends with this girl. So I was weighing the fence at that time. And I didn't want to say nothing that would have jeopardized our friendship if later on I had thought about it and realized I did want to keep her as a friend. So I was like, saved by the rain. Saved by God. Because then I had just made up a little excuse like, yeah, girl, I gotta go. It's raining. I'm not trying to be driving in all that rain. I'm not trying to be stuck here in the rain. So let me go. Let me go. And I got in my car and I the fuck home. I went the fuck home. As soon as she stopped the pronunciation in that last S in serious, the rain cued. And I was like, that is God. And you know what was another sign? The fact that I made it home. Now, mind you, we only live 10 minutes apart. 6 minutes and a half if I'm speeding, which I was. So, soon as I got to reversing my car up in my garage, the rain stopped immediately, like it never even started. It was pouring hard as a motherfucker. Just for me to get all the way home in like 7 minutes or less, and the rain stopped completely. The skies cleared and the sun came back out. So if that was not a sign, I don't know what was. But when the rain stopped and I had made it home, she also sent me a text or something saying, oh, the rain stopped, girl, you could have stayed. And I ended up texting her something like, nah, girl, you can't talk on a game, or something you on the game. Like, I ended up saying something so that she knew that was the reason why I left. Even if I didn't tell her in that moment, when I sent her that text, she knew right then and there I wasn't fucking with that. This is kind of like the last thing before the downfall of our friendship that she did. That was like, yeah, girl, you got to go. Immediately. It looks better already. In September of 2023, she ended up calling me, asking me to go to a Little Baby concert. After I had already previously told this girl in August why I wasn't going with her to the concert when she asked me in the first place. And my reasoning was, I don't listen to Little Baby. I don't listen to male rappers because I don't relate to fucking bitches and drinking lean. So me personally, I listen to female rappers because I relate to what the fuck they talking about, to an extent. Little Baby was bringing Glorilla and Gloss Up on his tour, so I was willing to go to the Little Baby concert because, you know, I could hear Glorilla and Gloss Up. But he ended up saying specifically for his Charlotte concert, for some reason Glorilla and Gloss Up wasn't coming, so I wasn't going. If I don't listen to this man, why would I go to his concert? In August, that's what I told her. So for her to call me again in September, it already irritated me, the fact that you called me again and asked me a question I already gave you an answer to. But what really pissed me off was, it was about the niggas again. She's like,
well, girl, I'm only really going because you know the big baller listen to Little Baby.
baby, this is torture. Being friends with a boy crazy female when you don't have a male centered at the front of your life will drive you insane. And this was the last straw. But I tried to educate her. I don't remember exactly what it was that I said. I know I said something along the lines of, girl, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to go out and find no, I don't care if the big baller is at the Little Baby concert. I'm not out to be chased. I want to be chased. I'm not going out scoping scenery trying to find me a nigga. The niggas need to be trying to find me. So she goes,
oh my gosh, you know, I just hate your mindset.
how? You hate my mindset? I hate your mindset. Y'all, so I tell this girl, like, you know, it has nothing to do with me being close-minded. I just realized I'm the prize. No, not the prize, and he should be chasing me. In the middle of me talking, I didn't even get to finish everything I wanted to say to this lady. In the middle of me talking, she cuts me off and says, oh, I'm really not even trying to hear what you talking about.
Do you guys know who this clown is talking to?
Now, if I said I ain't like how the doctor gave you an unproportional BBL, then I'd be wrong. Y'all, if her name was Barbara and my name was Shirley, I would have clutched my pearls before slamming my phone back up on the landline. Y'all, on my life, on myself. This is why we need to bring flip phones back for people with audacity like this. The way I would have felt so powerful flipping the fuck that phone shut. Cause who you talking to? Who you talking to now on my cellular device? So my camera died, so I let it charge up a little bit. I did some other stuff, and now I'm back to finish off the story time. I think I left off at the part where she had cut me off in the middle of me talking, and she was talking about something. Yeah, I'm really not trying to hear what you even talking about. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't say nothing back to that girl. I didn't say nothing back to that girl because all I could do, my finger, boop, 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 hang up on you. Not in the motherfucking mood, okay? Hung up on her because she was acting a little like, don't play with me, girl. And then my thing is, okay, you're not trying to hear what I'm talking about, and I'm definitely not trying to hear what you talking about, baby. We is not on the same vibe no more. You giving too far gone to even save. After that, we pretty much stopped talking for real. That was her last time disrespecting me. But I guess her being cut off, well, I didn't really cut her off. In my opinion, she went from friend to just demoted to esthetician associate. Meaning that, you know, if I got some esthetician questions, she got some esthetician questions, you know, she could run to me. But I felt like she pretty much was in her feelings about the fact that she got demoted from friend to esthetician associate because this girl started subbing me on the gram. She was posting all these like bad friendship subs. So it wasn't nothing like, oh yeah, Amaya back of her ears dirty. Like she wasn't going in on me, but she would post a whole bunch of friendship subs. So it'd be certain stuff like, oh, don't trust females, they so fake, or don't get too comfortable. I don't know, just a whole bunch of like little friendship subs. 3 weeks after all the Instagram subbing she was doing and being paid dust. Cause me personally, if you that hurt that I don't want to be your friend no more at 37 years old, baby, that's on you. I'm 20, I'm young, I'm having my way in life. And I need all your stress off my hands. It was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. So I was cool. Go ahead and make your little subs. All you doing is showing me that I hurt your feelings. All pookie bookie dookie. Should have thought about the shit you was doing. So like 3 weeks after all of that subbing or whatever, she decides to add me to an Instagram group chat with like 7 other girls that I didn't even know. Talking about some,
hey ladies, I want to invite all of y'all to my birthday trip in Jamaica.
Mind you, we already not friends anymore, so it's a no. Then you been stubbing me on the ground for weeks now, so it's a hell no. Right after that phone conversation, I want to say maybe 2 days after that, she literally moved out of the suite. I wasn't there at the suite when she moved out, but I saw her because we have cameras in the suite. Why, after I denied going to this girl's birthday trip in October, she finally wanted to bring up about how she's missing something, some of her supplies, her esthetician supplies that was in our shared suite. She claims she's now missing them. Basically, tried to accuse me of stealing from her a whole month after she already moved out. I wasn't even there at your move out. I'm also trying to figure out how a whole month go past and you just now checking your stuff. You should have been checking to make sure you got everything when you was moving out. Y'all, we shared the same tree man, right? So one day I was copping, I pull up and the tree man say something along the lines of, oh, I wasn't expecting to see you for a while. I heard you was going on a trip and you wasn't coming back. I didn't think deeper on it until I got high that night. Who the fuck goes on trips and don't come back? And why would he think I'm going on a trip anyways? Who even told him that I was going on a trip? What trip is he even referring to? Wait. I don't really want to say what I think it is because it's alleged. I don't know. It's just speculation. But I don't really know nobody that goes on trips and don't come back. And the way everything just fell in the timeline, it's like, And then me and the tree man only got one other person in common, and that's BBL. So it's like double, Now it got me thinking like, girl, you knew I didn't steal nothing from you. We specialize in 2 different things anyways. I do waxing, you do facials and chemical peels. I don't even have a use for none of your products. But was that like just a ploy? Cause you was hoping maybe I would have said, oh, hey girl, you can come and check. I don't know what people be having on their mind. I mean, you can't look at a person and tell if they crazy. You can't look at and tell if he a serial killer. I don't put nothing past nobody. But again, it's all speculation. I ain't got no facts. It's not accurate. You know, I could just assume, speculate, you know, use context clues, use my discernment, use my intuition. And some just wasn't right. Some just ain't right. Some just off. And I feel like if y'all do want the whole story time about the whole friendship, y'all gonna be like, yeah, some ain't right. Some ain't right. They is not to be trusted. But yeah, y'all, so that is the end of this story time. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow all my social medias down in the description box down below. Comment down below some more video suggestions, because one thing that's kind of like hard for me getting back into YouTube is trying to figure out what to post. I'm sorry, I'm not a going to Target and Starbucks every single vlog girl. I'm just not. That's boring. I cannot stand to watch that, and I want to do something super entertaining. So I'm probably gonna have to get really creative with it, but I don't want to do what's trending on YouTube right now. Okay, I don't got nobody to prank, and I ain't going to Target and Starbucks every other day. I ain't gonna lie to you, that's boring. So please comment down below something really interesting y'all want to see on YouTube. Like, are y'all not tired of seeing the same thing? Please give me out of the box ideas, baby. I might make it happen. But yeah, y'all, I just want to thank y'all so much for watching this video. I love y'all so much. Only thing else I want to say is join the spam. I want to get real active on there. Yeah, I got some stuff up my sleeve. It's finna be a good time. Goodbye.
Yeah.